Hey everybody, Immigration Attorney Ali Subhan here, and today I'm going to explain what you should expect when attending your marriage green card interview, including the marriage green card interview process, documents that you need to bring, some common green card interview questions, and how to be prepared. So let's get started. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. We're going to be publishing new videos every week. Ring the bell so you get notifications every time we release a new video. Now let's get started by discussing the marriage green card interview process. First, you will receive a marriage green card interview notice in the mail scheduling your interview. The notice is usually delivered to you approximately 30 days before your scheduled interview. Also, the marriage green card interview takes place at your local United States Citizenship and Immigration Services office. You will bring your marriage green card interview notice with you, along with all the other documents requested on the notice. The interview notice will ask you to bring a copy of your filed application, original birth certificates, passports, and your marriage certificate. Also, you'll want to bring some recent joint documents that you have gathered after filing. For example, your last 3 to 6 months of joint bank statements, a recent joint utility bill, and other recent joint documents. In addition, if you filed a joint tax return after filing for your green card through marriage, you should also bring the federal tax return with you. Next, you want to make sure to give yourself enough time to get to the green card interview. Plan to get there around 30 minutes early. That way you give yourself enough time to get situated, relax, and be in a positive frame of mind before the green card interview. In addition, most USCIS offices are similarly set up. There is a waiting area, and then when it's time for your marriage green card interview, the immigration officer will come out and greet you and then call you in to his or her office to start the interview. The officer will then have you both raise your right hand to swear you in for the interview. Next, the officer may ask the foreign spouse to give his or her fingerprints and take another photo to match everything with the fingerprints and photos that were taken months earlier at your biometrics interview. Afterwards, the officer will begin the interview. Now, I want to explain the two types of marriage green card interviews that may occur based on our experience. Interviews are conducted by an immigration officer, and depending on their personality type and their interviewing technique, you may have a more cordial interview or an interrogation style interview. A cordial style interview is usually a friendlier and quicker interview process, typically ranging anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Generally, you'll both be in the same room at the same time, and each of you will be asked similar green card interview questions, including state your name, your address, and how you met, information about your wedding, employment, etc. Then the foreign spouse will be asked some criminal background questions listed on the I-45 application, and then you'll both be done. However, an interrogation style interview can be more intimidating and stressful. The immigration officer, after swearing you both in, will then separate you both. One spouse will be invited into the officer's office, and the other spouse will be asked to wait in the waiting room. Afterwards, the officer will begin the interview. During this type of interview, the green card interview questions can be much more in-depth, and the officer is looking for any inconsistencies in you and your spouse's testimony. For example, the officer is likely to ask you to name your spouse's parents and siblings and ask if you have also met any of them. In addition, the officer is likely to ask where did you go together for your last special occasion, holiday, and even what you did last weekend. Then the officer is also likely to ask you to name who else was in attendance at those events. In addition, during this type of interview, the officer is likely to ask that you draw a diagram of your residence, including how many bedrooms and bathrooms, location of the kitchen and dining room, etc. The officer will then ask what furniture is in each room and what color is each piece of furniture. Again, the officer is looking for any inconsistencies in your testimony with this line of questioning. As you can see, Inconsistent answers in your testimony to one of these green card interview questions can be a cause of concern for the immigration officer to request a second interview, also known as a Stokes interview, request more evidence of the validity of your marriage, or to issue a denial. Please understand that if the officer uses an interrogation style, it does not necessarily mean that there are any red flags with your case. It can simply be that this is the officer's preferred interviewing style. But in some cases, it does mean that the officer suspects misrepresentation of the facts and/or marriage fraud. This type of green card interview can be very stressful and intimidating. Therefore, it is best to hire an immigration lawyer to help you prepare for either style of interview, so you can have peace of mind knowing that you're fully prepared. Okay, now let's recap the two important parts to the marriage green card interview process. First, you want to make sure to bring the proper supporting documents with you to the green card interview. Second, you want to make sure to prepare for the marriage green card interview questions. Lastly, when attending the interview, make sure to dress well, but do not overdress. Answer every question truthfully and honestly, and answer only what the officer is asking of you. Bring lots of photos, be positive, and also stay calm and collected. Do you want to discover more secrets to passing your marriage green card interview? Click on the link below now to get your free copy of the checklist revealing the 101 most popular marriage green card interview questions and tips. If you like this video, please like and leave a comment below and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.